A local advocacy group, Waters Meet Foundation, officially got the ball rolling for a new project aimed at helping those experiencing homelessness. KREM 2's Christian Garza met with the organization about this new transitional housing and the timeline the community could expect.
By the end of this year, this property right here behind me on Spokane's West Hill will be the site of a tiny home village, something Waters Meet Foundation calls the future of transitional housing here in the Inland Northwest.
If you've driven past 7th Avenue and Audubon on Government Way, you've likely seen this acre of dry brush. However, this former RV park is set to become a one-of-a-kind tiny home village aimed at being a transitional stepping stone for those living in an emergency shelter to finding permanent housing.
So this isn't a shelter.
Leroy Eadie, the vice president of programs for Waters Meet Foundation, says the development will be on land owned by the foundation and have space for about 70 square foot units with air conditioning and heating, 2 community spaces with a communal kitchen, and 3 restrooms with showers.
This is for folks that have experienced homelessness that in a preferred scenario would be coming from a shelter and being referred to the sites.
Eadie says since this pilot development is still in the preliminary stages, it's still unclear what organizations will operate the project and how it will be funded. In the meantime, the foundation hopes to meet with community members and neighbors living near the project to come up with a solid layout and site plan by next month.
It is a difficult puzzle, and we have lots of different ways to try to solve it, and here's our latest little opportunity to be able to provide that hope for folks that are experiencing homelessness.
Off-camera neighbors tell KREM 2 while they understand what Waters Meet Foundation is trying to do to help these individuals, they don't want this development quite literally in their front yard. One woman even going as far as saying they've considered moving. Eadie says while he had a chance to speak with these neighbors, he wants to reiterate this is not a permanent development for the area and is only a pilot program to see what's most helpful for people needing transitional housing.
It could be that there's another location that this is better needed. And the nice thing about these temporary structures, the restrooms and the community buildings and the tiny homes themselves, they can all be moved.
Eadie says the foundation will continue to work with the city to get this tiny home village up and running by early October.
Waters Meet Foundation says it wants to collaborate with community members and neighbors here on Spokane's West Hill. So to do that, they're going to be holding a development meeting later on this month that everyone can attend and give feedback at. We have the link on when it is and where it is up on our website, krem.com. In Spokane, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.